everybody, it's Chris Dees, and online is Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. This week, I went to see, like a bunch of everyone else, Scream 7, which I was not excited for. I haven't really enjoyed the Scream series in quite a while. I did not care for the last one, but looking at my Letterboxd reviews, I apparently liked that one marginally better than the previous one. But, yeah, the Scream series just doesn't work for me because normally a slasher series has the same killer and new victims every movie. But with Scream, you have the same characters coming back every movie and a different killer. So there's this creates multiple problems. One, there's returning characters that you know are not going to die because they're the main cast. So then there's a bunch of randos that get introduced in this movie, and they're going to be the ones to get killed off one by one. But then these people are all safe. And then they have to come up, so there's no suspense, because if it's one of the new people, you know they're going to get killed. And if it's one of the regulars, you know they're fine. So there's no suspense. And then with the killer, it's always a new killer every time, so they have to come up with some new reason for this killer or killers, depending on the movie, to be attacking everyone. And no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure that this movie's reveal is the worst one in the entire series. I don't know. I don't remember the previous ones as much. I don't remember them all very well, so maybe there was another one that had a stupider reason. But this one was just, I was just like watching it going, what? No, what? Because the whole thing is it's not scary anymore because there's no suspense. And it's not funny anymore because it's all being self-referential and everything, except like it doesn't work. Like there's that one girl who keeps coming back movie after movie, and she's the one doing all the self-referential banter and like, oh, you're a suspect, but you're this, and it's just like, shut up and please die, because like I'm rooting for Ghostface to take her out, but like it's just not good anymore. Like it's not funny, it's not clever. There's so many references. I mean, I caught a bunch of references to old movies. I mean, some are very obvious references, and then some are more subtle. But like, there are like lines of dialogue, and I'm like, okay, that's a reference to an old movie. Even if I don't remember it exactly, I'm pretty sure that's a reference. So there's probably even more references that I didn't get, because they're clearly just like they're pulling that nostalgia button. They're pushing the nostalgia button like over and over and over and over, trying to get people to like it. And unfortunately, it seems to be making a ton of money. So there's going to be another one, unfortunately. Maybe it'll improve. Who knows? I don't think so. I did not really enjoy it. I didn't think it was very good. Like, I wasn't bored, but at no point was I excited or thrilled or scared. I laughed out loud a couple of times because, especially at the ending, because it was so fucking absurd and stupid. It's become a parody of itself, which is hilarious because there was a trailer for the new Scary Movie before this, and it was kind of funny that they're still making a parody of the Scream movies and the other horror movies when Scream has basically become a parody of itself. All credit to Neve Campbell, who delivers a performance that this movie does not deserve. So she's better than this, and it's a shame, and I hope she got that paycheck, because this was not a good movie. So anyway, on to gaming. I will say that I played very little Infinity Nikki. I checked in a couple of times because I finished the main quest and I got all the limited stuff, so I'm basically just like not really playing it. I checked in a couple of times just for like my daily stuff, but I'm not I'm like, whatever, if I miss it, I miss it. But there is a new update coming soon, I'm assuming, so that's going to be, that'll take up some more time then. So I'm taking time off of Nikki while I can. And Disney, I've been playing a little bit, but not too much, except for like occasionally, like I'm just working on the star path slowly. I'm not rushing through it because there's plenty of time. But like one of the Star Path things was hang out with a character for 20 minutes. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'll play for 20 minutes, get that Star Path done, and then do a bunch of other stuff while I'm working on it. And then I've also been like giving lots of gifts to Lady and Tramp every day, and I've got them up to like, I've maxed out their friendship levels, but I'm still like a couple of quests behind because I haven't been doing their quests. I've just been being friends with them. But that'll come later. It's fine. Because I have been playing Ghost of Yotei. I want to play lots of Ghost of Yotei because I'm very much enjoying it. Even though it's very difficult. I still enjoy it. I couldn't say much about it last week because I'd only played it for like an hour, so I just basically did the prologue. But now, I have played it a lot. So I am now reminded that I am not good at this combat. It's been a while since I played Ghost of Tsushima, but I do recall the same thing happening in that game, where I struggled with the combat for a while. And then either I upgraded my weapons and armor enough that it was okay, or I actually did get better at the combat. I'm not sure which. But yeah, I've struggled in the beginning, but I'm getting better. Because the thing is like, you start out and like, after you finish the prologue, it's like, okay, go. But they suggest that you go to the inn to start your quest for the Yotei 6. And I was like, you could go wherever, but I'll go to the inn. And I will, you know, and then there's a big fight. And then you fight them, you get another power. And then after that, you stay the night in the inn, and then you wake up, and then you buy a bow. I bought a bow, I bought some maps, I talked to this other guy but didn't buy anything from him, and I talked to the bounty guy and got some bounty posters to go hunt people and make coin. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to go to this thing that's marked on the map that's like, you get a special item. And so I go to that. It's like an outcropping by a pond, and you go, and there's all these cranes, and it's basically like Tsushima's haikus. Instead of haikus, she paints. So you use the touch screen, the little touchpad on the PS5 controller to like swoosh the brush strokes, and then you paint a crane. And then I got a headband. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And then across the pond, I could see this raised outcropping with this gnarly tree on it. And I said, oh, that's clearly something. Like, that's a big tree. Let me go check that out. So I got on my horse, I rode over, and I walk up. The tree is surrounded by graves, and there's Ronin who's like, none of these people, I had to bury all these people because they couldn't fight me. Maybe can you fight me? And I'm like, I don't know, let's see. And we had a duel. And he kicked my ass. Up, down, left, right, sideways, front ways, every which way. It was brutal. I like couldn't even put up a fight. It was that bad. And I'm like, I've just started this game. Clearly I'm not meant to fight him yet. You know, like, let me out. But there was no option. Every time I died, it just restarted the fight. And there was no option to like back out of it. And I looked online and people were like, oh, eventually it offers you the option to back out. But it never did. So I was like, fuck. And I tried to restart from the last checkpoint, except the last checkpoint was the beginning of the duel. So I had to reload a previous save. And unfortunately, the previous save was an autosave, which was basically after the big fight back at the inn. So I had to start all that over again. I had to stay overnight. I had to buy my bow. I had to get the bounties. I had to talk to the other people. And then I had to go and do the painting again. And then I said, I will not go near that tree. I will do other things. Then I will go to that tree. But then as I have progressed in the story and I have done various side quests, I have upgraded my weapons. I even went and did this whole side quest where you do a whole bunch of platforming to get up to this guy on the mountaintop, and he teaches you the dual katana technique, so you can wield dual katanas, and that's effective against spears because you eventually start fighting guys with spears, and then you can switch to the dual katanas and you'll do more damage and everything. And that's where you're switching between weapons depending on what the other guy has. And I got some new armor that like boosted my health. I also found some hot springs And every time you do a hot spring, it raises your regular level of health. And then the bamboo strikes. You do 2 bamboo strikes, you get a new circle of I forget what it's called now. But that's what you use to heal yourself in battle. So the more of those you have, the more healing you can do. And it was fine. And eventually, much later, after doing a whole bunch of other stuff, I went back and I did that duel again. And I still struggled, but I did beat him. And that started a whole new side quest where there's basically these guys all around, these disciples of some master dueler, and you have to defeat them all, and then I guess you'll learn the master dueler's technique. I don't know. Because as I finished up the first area, I was like leaving the first main area to like advance the story and go to the Ishikari Plains area, which is the next area that you go to. And as I was going there, I was like, oh, what's over there? And there's a hot spring. And then I'm like, oh, what's that over there? And I rode over, and as soon as I got close enough to see it was the tree with the little dangly ribbons on it, and I was like, that's a dueling tree. And I literally just like marked it on my map and then went on my way, because I was not in the mood for a duel. I might be able to handle it now, but I was like, I don't feel like dueling. I feel like doing other things that won't piss me off because I die 10, 12 times trying to do it. Because I'm just not good at the combat for some reason. Like, I can't even always remember to roll out of the way of the red flashes. Like, when it flashes red, you have to dodge. You can't deflect it. When it's blue, you can parry it, but I'm not very good at the parrying. So if it continues to be a problem, I know I can go into the settings and like tweak. I can customize the settings so that I can like make it easier for me, like widen the timing window so that I can parry better. I'd like to try to get better naturally, but if it's not happening and I'm really struggling, I may end up doing that, but we'll see. I'm not doing it yet. But the yellow ones piss me off, because the yellow ones, I swear the yellow ones disarm you. And I swear the game was like, hold down triangle and release it at just the right moment, and they won't disarm you. Except they always did. And I'm like, fuck off. And then as you grow and you learn these new you evolve and you like learn new techniques at certain places on the map. You will learn, there's altars, and when you pray at the altar, you can learn a new technique. And there's like all these different techniques that you can use in different menus and whatever. And one of the techniques is like when someone tries to disarm you, you can time it correctly and you'll disarm them. I can't do that either. I even got that technique eventually, and I can't make that happen. It's like insane. So like I need to stop trying to do that and just dodge out of the way of the yellow, because I keep losing my weapon and then I have to run around and get it, and I keep getting killed while doing so. It's really frustrating. But I'm not good at the combat, but I'm still enjoying it. When you get to Ishikari Plains, like getting to Ishikari Plains, there's a whole story section that it introduces another character, which I'm not sure how I feel about yet. No spoilers, even though the game is old. Because I feel like Atsu's supposed to be this lone wolf, and not so much anymore. So, but okay. So I don't know how I feel about it yet, but so far it's been fine. It doesn't bother me too badly. But then once you get to Ishikari Plains, you're kind of set loose in that area, and I started to do a little exploring, and then I went to the village that you're supposed to go to check things out, and I did a couple of things, and then I went to check I was like, oh, bounty posters, let me get some bounties. And so I got the bounties, and I picked up a bounty poster, and that started a whole side quest that I was like stuck in. And I'm like, fuck, now I can't do what I want. I have to do this. And I'm like, god dang it. But I just finished that one last night, so now I'm back in free mode. So now I can go and do other things, because there's somebody on the coast that I need to visit on his island and learn a new weapon. But I'm very much enjoying it. I have also been, tinkering with the photo mode. There's some really beautiful shots that I've done. I sometimes I get in these modes where I'm like, all I want to do is take pictures, and then I'm like, playing, and then I'll take a bunch of pictures. So it depends on my mood, whether I get photographic or whether I'm actually just playing the game. But yes, I'm very much enjoying it, and I'll have more progress to report next episode. See you then. Bye!